What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we are going to figure out if the Venom Shock is truly the greatest ball ever made. Stay tuned after the intro. Alright, so I've always said that the Venom Shock is one of the greatest bowling balls ever made. But what makes this ball so special? Before we get started, comment down below and let me know if you have a Venom Shock or if you've ever had a Venom Shock and what you think about it. And if you like the content that I'm creating and you like this video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date every time I drop a new video. So the Venom Shock had an original release date of March 28th, 2014. That means we're about to go on 7 years that this ball has been on the market. That is an eternity, I mean more than an eternity for a bowling ball. So the Venom Shock features the gear core, which in 15 pounds has an RG of 2.48 and a differential of 0.034. Those, for me, is the magic numbers. You're getting a ball that wants to get into a roll very early and is not going to over flare. So the ball's not going to hook a ton. It's going to be very smooth, very predictable. Wrapped around that gear core is the Turmoil medium friction solid cover that comes out of box at a 4,000 grit laser scan sand. And in this video, the ball is finished at a 4,000 grit surface. That means that you're going to take a very smooth medium cover wrapped around a very smooth medium controlled core. When you mix all that together, it becomes the ultimate benchmark ball, in my opinion. It's always been the ball that I go to if I'm lost, if I'm confused, if I don't know what to do. The Venom Shock is always the ball that gets me out of that trap. Of all the bowling balls that I've ever drilled in my life, the Venom Shock has been the most responsive to surface changes. I've thrown it with anything all the way down from 500 all the way up to polish and everything in between, and the ball just seems to match up really well to any surface that you need to put on it. The Venom Shock that I'm throwing in this video is my 5th Venom Shock that I've ever drilled, and I have another one on the way. I'm planning on doing a video comparing a older Venom Shock with like 150 games on it to a brand new Venom Shock out of the box. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys would like to see that video. The shock that Andrew is throwing in the video is a little bit newer. He only drilled it like a couple weeks ago, so the ball still has a very fresh cover. And for both Andrew and myself, the Venom Shock has been an absolute staple in our bags for a very long time. For me personally, I never go to a tournament without a Venom Shock. It doesn't matter the length of the pattern. It doesn't matter the volume of the pattern. There is always a Venom Shock on the lane. I'm going to take you guys out on the lanes now so you can see Andrew and myself tossing this Venom Shock so we can get to the bottom of if this is truly worthy of the GOAT status. Thank you guys for joining Andrew and myself for this in-depth analysis of the Venom Shock. Now, as always, we're going to show you every single shot that we threw in this session, the good shots and the bad. I've always said this, and I believe it to be true, that it is the only way to see what a ball is capable of is by showing you the shots that strike as well as the shots that don't. If all we did was show you perfect strikes in the video, then any single ball that we show you can look amazing. And as we all know, not every single bowling ball is going to be amazing. Now, with that being said, we already know that the Venom Shock is a truly special piece. It has been around in our line for going on 7 years. And in bowling ball terms, that is an eternity. Anything over 2 years seems like it's a very long time. But the fact that the Venom Shock has been around for this long and is still this popular tells you just how special it is. But that's a lot of talk. Right now, we're going to show you on the lane what makes this ball so special. The Venom Shock, for me personally, has the highest usability rate of any ball that I have ever thrown. It is insane how versatile this bowling ball is. You can lay out the Venom Shock with a little bit stronger of a drilling, with a little bit more surface, like say 1,000 or 2,000, and then it becomes very smooth, very early, very controlled. And then, like my Venom Shock is drilled, you can go a little bit weaker of a drilling. My layout is 5 1/8 by 30, I want to say, and then it doesn't have a lot of surface, being that 4,000 grit, and the ball gets really far down lane and wants to shape. So this layout that I have on my Venom Shock, I can actually get really far left and create a lot of shape with it, especially for a medium, quote-unquote medium bowling ball. And then for Andrew, it is absolutely hysterical how good this ball rolls for him. The ball wants to get into a roll pretty early, but it's still creating a ton of shape down lane and isn't rolling out. At no point is this ball rolling forward for either one of us. And to me, when my eyes see that both Andrew and myself can get left and shape the ball with, again, a medium solid cover bowling ball, is just something special. I think it's safe to say that for both of us, the Venom Shock does so many things good and very, very few things bad. It's one of those bowling balls where both Andrew and myself have been able to throw it on multiple different patterns, varying lengths, long, short, medium, anything in between, on house shots, on sports shots, and it continues to just be the ball. Now, when I've always said that the Venom Shock may not be the ball that gets me the big scores, but it always is the ball that gets me to the ball that gets me the big scores. And what I mean by that is because the ball is so versatile, and because my eyes have seen that bowling ball go down the lane so many times, if I'm ever in a funk or I'm ever stuck and I don't know what to do, I typically pick up the Venom Shock, throw the shock from the last spot that I was at, see what it does, and then depending on what it does, I'll know if I need to ball up to something like a Forge Flare, for example, or maybe ball down to something like a Supra, or anything in between. Those are just examples. But that's what I mean by how versatile this Venom Shock is. So if I had to recommend to someone one motive ball, to someone who has never thrown a motive ball, to get them absolutely hooked on the brand, it would 100% be the Venom Shock. In my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinions, and again, these are just opinions, the Venom Shock is the greatest bowling ball ever made. And that's a very strong opinion because there's so many bowling balls that we get, you know, all throughout the year, and the Venom Shock still stays atop as the ultimate GOAT. Now, it's hard to pinpoint exactly what makes the Venom Shock so good because it does so many things so well. So I'm going to give it my best shot. I think what makes the Venom Shock so special is that the core and the cover is an absolute perfect match, like a match made in heaven. So the RG in the Venom Shock is 248, which is very low. Typically balls with a 248 differential are very, very early, but the cover on the Venom Shock is not overly strong, so the ball isn't going to want to roll extremely early and then bail down lane. And then the differential being .034 means that the ball isn't going to flare a whole lot, and the more the ball flares, the more hook potential the ball has. So .034 is almost dead in the middle of hook potential, but the cover is strong enough that it'll allow the ball to hook more than that .034 indicates. So because of that, you get a ball that wants to be early, but not so early, and then a ball that hooks more than what the differential in the core indicates. So this is what I mean by that the cover dictates almost everything, because the core isn't actually touching the lane. What's actually touching the lane, obviously, is the cover of the bowling ball. So that cover on the Venom Shock is just special. The way it interacts with the lanes, through the pins, is just, it's a beautiful thing to watch, if I'm being honest. The one word that comes to mind with the Venom Shock is versatility. And I've said it time and time again, it is the ultimate versatile ball. It's really good from straight, and as you can see Andrew throwing, it is really good from sliding in the left gutter. In my opinion, everyone should have a Venom Shock in their bag. And it is very rare that I will ever say that about any bowling ball. As an example, if you have an extremely high rev rate and your ball speed is maybe medium low, I would never suggest a extreme high performance bowling ball. Or if, another example, if your ball speed is very high and your rev rate is very low, I would never recommend a lower performance bowling ball. With the Venom Shock, I would recommend this to every style of bowler. High rev rate, low rev rate, high speed, low speed, one hands, two hands, no hands. The Venom Shock is the ultimate benchmark ball. I've said it and I will continue to say it time and time again. I guess my main point behind this video is that I don't want you guys all to get caught up on what's the biggest, hookingest bowling ball. A lot of times we need a ball in our bag that's that ultimate versatility ball, a ball that's gonna get you out of a jam, and I really think it's the Venom Shock. Until next time, Motiv Nation, stay motivated. Well, there you have it, folks. There's my in-depth analysis of the Venom Shock. Comment down below and let me know what you thought about this video and if you think that the Venom Shock is worthy of that GOAT status. Click right here to watch one of my other videos. Click right here to subscribe. Till next time, guys.